Welcome back, everybody. We're back together here with another video. We're going to be talking about this Snow White movie. Whole lot of drama about this movie that's not even out yet. It's supposed to come out with next year.
Yeah.
There's no enthusiasm to actually go and see this movie. Rachel Zegler, the star of this woke version of Snow White, has been getting destroyed for comments she's actually made about the 1938 classic. And it was very, very disrespectful. A lot of people love that movie. It is a classic Disney movie, but she has no respect for it. So I don't think this thing is going to do well at the box office. I already said that. And now it seems like we got more information about this movie. It's going to be a disaster at the box office because we got some numbers here about the production budget of this movie. And even with some help from England, because I just found that out, they're looking at a complete flop right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, with that being said, let's get into this. A new report details that the initial cost for the Walt Disney Company's live-action Snow White film starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot came in at $209.3 million. Now, the title of this article is that it's already shockingly high. That's not the final production cost, guys. Now, $209 million, I believe that's still a lot of money for this particular movie, but it's going to get worse. This new report from Caroline Reed at Forbes reveals that the Snow White production went under the codename Hidden Heart Productions Limited in the UK. According to Reed, in the UK filings for the company, the Walt Disney Company had already spent $209.3 million as of July 31st, 2022. That's like a full year ago, and they have not completed this movie. I mean, how many movies from Disney have we seen have super duper high production budgets and they all lose money?
Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny.
Yeah. Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny had a $300 million production budget. Actually, I believe it's a little higher than that. And we were just sitting down talking about Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny. It only made $382 million worldwide with Harrison Ford in it. And roughly the break even on that movie had to be like $900 million because with production and marketing, the break even was going to have to be like $900 million. And they didn't get anywhere close to that. So they lost somewhere around $260 million. Not good. But look at this here. For this movie here, it goes on, it says, however, she notes that the UK government has granted Disney a $41.1 million tax rebate, meaning the net spend so far is at $168.2 million. Okay? But the thing is, that was as of last year. And these costs are about to shoot up here. So check this out. Reacting to this information, financial and box office analyst Valiant Renegade wrote on X, Rachel Zegler Snow White looks like it will have a production cost of $300 million. So we're back up to all-time super expensive levels now. Now, I'm wondering, did it actually say that includes the $40 million credit from the UK? I don't know if it actually mentions that or not. But for simplicity, let's assume that's already baked in, maybe. I don't know.
It didn't say.
It didn't say. Now, when I was looking at this first, me and you were talking about this, and Reed claims based on the initial numbers, the film would need to gross $336 million to break even. However, her calculation does not factor in marketing costs. So that kind of caught my eye. I was like, wait a minute, if it's $300 million, no, she was going off the initial $300 million with the $41 million tax credit. So that $336 million is based off of the production cost of $168, not including marketing. even that way, they still need to make more money than that. But this thing is going to get over 300 million, probably another 150 on marketing. Then they're going to be in for this thing for like 450 million, which means the real break even is going to be like $900 million.
Yeah, and if they want to make profit, they need to make more.
They're going to need to make more than that. But the thing is, I don't think anybody's going to go see this movie. Because, remember,
I don't know how they make money. I mean, make like more money, even though if they break even, because the studio, she said that the studio typically receive 55% of box office.
Yeah, roughly half of the box office. So if it's 900 million that they make, that'll be 450, which means they probably break even. But the thing is, I don't see this movie making 900 million. Now, The Little Mermaid, the one that came out, I think it even mentions it here that The Little Mermaid made, oh, here it is right here. It only grossed $569 million.
Okay.
And I do believe that movie lost money. I mean, this thing's going to be a disaster. I think it's going to make less money than Little Mermaid.
Well, I would think so because, she came out and said that she doesn't like the original Snow White.
Right.
And
she's so unlikable, too. I mean, Halle Bailey as Ariel. I don't have anything bad to say about Halle Bailey, who played Ariel in Little Mermaid. Rachel Zegler is going out there and destroying her own movie now.
Yeah, and then
that's a big difference.
Well, and the new Snow White storyline is totally different from the original.
Right.
So it's more like the woke version of being a strong woman. Yeah.
Yeah, no prince, none of that stuff. Now, I know that they changed up some stuff in The Little Mermaid, but I don't think it's going to be to the extent of what they're doing with Snow White. There is no 7 dwarves in Snow White. It's these magical creatures or whatever.
It doesn't look like the original, dwarf.
Right. So they mentioned something else here too. It goes on right here, and it talks about, it says, however, as noted above, given there are clearly quite a bit of production costs that are likely to come still in as well as production costs and marketing, one could see the film needing to bring in at least $750 million at the box office, and that's using a conservative 2.5 times factor for Valiant Renegade's $300 million minimum production. The 2.5 factor accounts for the different grosses as well as marketing costs. I think that 750 is a little low. I'm thinking, well, if they're getting like 55%, but I think the rule of thumb is more like 50%. So I'm thinking it's going to be closer to,
they get like 43%.
Yeah, it depends. International gets really complicated because internationally, it depends. Like, I think like if a movie goes to China,
they get most of it.
China gets most of the money, and the studio gets like 30% or something like that. So it's really low. So it depends.
But go on.
No, go ahead.
I mean, what do you think about this movie will do internationally? Will it be good or poor?
If they're pushing like woke propaganda, which I think they will, the countries like China are actually going to go and watch the movie first and start censoring stuff. If it's actually as woke as I think it is, it may not even get a release in China, which is bad. Middle Eastern countries too, like they're pushing LGBT propaganda in this, which I wouldn't be surprised. Those Middle Eastern, Western Asian countries are not going to put that movie out.
I was wondering, for people, like me, I haven't seen the movie but read the book, okay?
Right.
And it's classic, and when, people see this movie Snow White, they will expect, it'll be like exactly, similar like the book or the original movie. But
yeah, respect the original movie.
yeah, but when they see it differently, I mean, I would wonder, would they like reaction would be like, what is this movie about?
Yeah, I think this movie is going to get destroyed, but something's telling me that the media is going to be in on it to give the movie a good press, and Rotten Tomatoes score may reflect like, oh, the media loves this, but when the movie actually comes out, I think this movie is going to get destroyed. Nobody's going to see it. Like, she was actually in West Side Story too, by the way. That West Side Story movie, I think, I don't know what the reviews are on it. Let me look at Rotten Tomatoes here because I'm curious about West Side Story movie. I think that it did too. So, West Side Story, yep. 2021. Rachel. Now, something's fishy right here. 93% right there with the audience. 92. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is not the most reliable thing right there. So, verified audience, 93%, all audience, 85. Yeah.
No, before I read like one of the articles said bomb, but
yeah,
not sure.
I think that I don't think it did good at the box office. I don't think that it did.
Not sure. I haven't seen the movie.
I haven't seen it either. So I don't know, man. This thing is probably gonna go to box office purgatory, though. If you ask me, I don't think it's gonna do that good.
So, what is the point of Disney like keep investing on the theme park when their stock is down and they still investing a lot of money in this kind of movie when it has no idea would it make a profit or not?
No, this movie ain't making a profit. I mean, Disney has lost so much money on so many different projects. Like they probably only had like one, maybe two movies out of the last 8 movies they actually put out that actually made a profit. And Avatar: Way of Water doesn't count because that was actually under Fox before they bought Fox. So, man, this is going to be bad. But that's all I got to say about this. I guess we'll be back on Monday, guys, in another video because I think we said everything about this. This thing is going to bomb. Get ready for 2024. That being said, guys, you guys be safe, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Until then, be safe.
Goodbye.